Hey everybody, I'm Kimmie Rose, and this is your weekly vibe and mantra. I'm just excited to be here and to share with you some exciting news. We've got some really neat things going on. I wanted to say too, if you are on Facebook and you get a chance to go over to my page, Kimmie Rose, and sign up there. I have been doing daily meditations, daily trainings, all kinds of things because I want everyone to raise their consciousness, because that's what it's all about. I mean, honestly, it started a few weeks ago, and I am just like on this mission to really help you to do that, because the vibe is all about expansion of intuition. It's all about clearing away that old paradigm of being part of the Baba mentality. What is the Baba mentality? The Baba mentality is people feeling like a bunch of sheeps and just following one way and falling off the cliff. Yeah, off the cliff, following one person, following the media, following what everybody says. Come on, everyone. Wake up. You have your own mind. You have your own ability. You are able to touch the unified field, the collective unconscious, and you can make a difference. You can make a difference on who is elected in the election. You can make a difference on your, how you connect in your relationships. You can make a difference on all levels of your being. Wake up. Wake up. It's time to wake up. So I am on a mission with sharing with as many people as I can information that moves above and beyond the normal, this is how you see me. Consciousness, can you see me? Now, do you remember, did I have glasses on or no glasses? Okay. I'm not making this kind of obvious. Glasses or new glasses? What do I look like? What color are my eyes? Can you see them in your mind's eye? I actually added a little makeup and just thinking, I'm going to bring my eyes out. Well, I can just tell you I'm not real good at makeup, but oh well, this is who I am. And I just thought, I am just going to stay just like this, because when we love ourselves, we stay and we feel comfortable, we feel grounded in who we are. And that's what's really important. So it's for you to know that your voice matters. And this is about releasing this week. Now we're coming into a full moon, a blood moon. It's about cleansing. It's about detoxing. It's about detoxing your mind of all those old thoughts and stepping into the wonderful vibration of the I am present. I am grounded. I am good enough. I am beautiful enough. I am smart. I surrender and let go of depression and oppression. I allow myself to be the director of my life, and I am open to honoring and respecting all sentient beings for their own expression. If we could really do that, if we could honor everyone for what their expression is without putting them down, telling them to be quiet, we don't want to hear it, telling them to, shut their mouths, they're stupid, you're not this, oh my gosh. Just honor everyone. Imagine the unity. I was thinking about all these things that I've been through, like in the last, like 9 years, and all the way down to family, where I was told to not talk about that stuff. So actually being told how to talk, like what not to say and what I should say. And I'm like, wait a minute, I am who I am. And so, but I didn't do that. I followed that. I'm like, okay, out of respect, family things, I'm not going to talk about that stuff. The stuff that we are naturally gifted with, our intuition. I'm not going to talk about healing. But as I'm sitting there, everybody's talking about their lives and what they're doing, and I actually bought that. I wasn't able to talk about who I am. So it was just about erasing. It was just erase her. How she feels or what she says didn't matter, and I allowed it. I allowed that because I love the people that are in my family. I have awesome family. I'm just going to tell you this. The only reason I was told this, especially by the people that told me that, it was because they love me and they just thought it would be better for my relationship with some of the members of my family who felt like they can't have normal conversations with me. And I'm like, you grew up with me. Like this is who I am. And I'm like all about talking about the things that you're doing so amazing. Why can't I talk about, like, I heard Jim Carrey is getting into transcendent meditation. Why is that a bad thing? Why can't I talk about things? Like, I am me. I'm not trying to push it on you. I'm just talking about it. I found that I felt like I was gagged and bound. And I'm like, wait a minute. If you really love me, you'll accept me. You'll accept me even for the struggles I go through. And if I tell you I love you, or if I talk a certain talk, you'll accept me. I mean, it's like, where you're sitting at a table and people are talking, oh, I'm an engineer. I'm like, I don't know, I play music. I'm a secretary. I'm a nurse. I'm a doctor. I'm this. I'm that. Talking about things, sharing. Isn't that what family is about? Isn't that what it's about? Well, that was one of the lessons I was in. I let myself be oppressed because what I believe is different. No, this is where I got it from. I mean, this is like a hereditary thing. My mom is an intuitive. My mother's a healer. My great-grandmother was a psychic. It goes all the way back to William Blake. I mean, like way back. Wait a minute. This is part of your heritage. I'm a mother of 5 children. And the struggles and the tests, the things that have happened have been enough to take a person down to their knees. To have a child that you love so much and still love no matter what they say. Because when a child feels a certain way, as a mother, as a parent, you honor what they feel, even if you beat yourself up and then you can't find, you're like looking for, like, why do they think that? Like, why? I would never deny them their feelings because those are their feelings. And to say, no, you're wrong. No, you do not deny anyone how they feel. Honor how people feel. It doesn't mean that, I learned that I don't have to beat myself up over it. And I did for several years. 11 viruses went through, got rid of, literally anxiety like you would not believe. And then I realized I need to stop this and I need to start living again. And it is like climbing out of a freaking wormhole. And many of you are going through this. I'm like talking to parents, and I hear all these parents that like have a child that, you know, they're separated from, and many of them are in a certain age group. And maybe that's that karma, that's that energy, that's that agreement that that child, you know, needed to be free from you somehow. And I think that maybe they needed that. They need it for a reason. You got to honor it and let it go. And it's so hard. I mean, I have my nights because I every day think of that child. Every day of my life. There is nothing that can break the bond or the love that a mother has for her child. But it was a test that I had. And I still go through. And I have 4 other children that love me, and it's just like, what do you hear? I was talking to someone and she said that her kids say, well, maybe that's why so-and-so doesn't like you. Or maybe, and she goes, it just like makes me sick. I'm so afraid I'm going to lose more of my children. And I said, you know what, I know that feeling. And, you know, for them to say that, I mean, I've had that said to me. It's manipulation and it's wrong. And if they love you, they wouldn't say that. And it's all like back in the old days, you just did not talk to your parents that way. You love your parents, you respect them. But you know what? We're in a new paradigm, a new age, a new time, and it's not up to us to change who our kids are, because they are who they are. And if this is what they need in their life, we have to accept those things. But we cannot let those things drag us down. And that is like one of the biggest, I am so open and honest with people, like literally, like being even publicly called, like all these names and like the worst things. And when it is someone you love, like I literally am calling up a psychologist going, I was called this, I need a test. Can you do a test on me and see? Because I never would want to be narcissistic or any of that. I find out what a narcissist is not what I am. Like, she's like, no, if anything, she goes, you've had that in your life. They cut everyone off around you. And, like, for me, like, I don't believe everything. Like, literally, I listen to people, but I don't tell them. I don't believe them. I honor what they say. If someone says, you're doing this to me, I look at myself and ask myself, really, how can I be better to them? Because I honor that there is something inside of them that is hurting. And how could you ever? Like, if they feel that way, there must be a reason. So if they can talk to you. I asked for that talk. Never got that talk. And I kept saying, why? Why is this happening? Me. You know what? It's about the I. I am going through this. I must have made an agreement. I mean, like from the very beginning of even being pregnant with this child. I remember them saying, you're so sick, every vein was collapsing. And, you know, it's not going to happen. But me and this child made it. We made it. And they couldn't tell me, when they said, oh, well, you should just think about giving up this child, you know, it's like it's not going to be a healthy thing. I'm like, never. If something happened to me and I pass away because my child, like, I'm sick, but my child needed that from me, that nutrition, and I'm getting sick, then that's what they need. This is my baby inside of me. I have very strong feelings, but I don't push them on other people. But we made it. And even if I hope this doesn't happen, he never talks to me again. I love him. And I know at the very root of his soul, he knows that. And I put that out there, that I want to hear why you feel this way, because I do love you. And I do want to hear it, because when you are a responsible person, you never intend to hurt anyone. You don't ignore those things. But you also don't become part of that mentality that as soon as someone says you are something, that you believe it and you fall off the cliff, and that's what people are going through. I am talking to so many people, and I'm saying right now, it's your choice. You either let things pull you down to the depth and the core of losing yourself, and literally sometimes losing your life, because stress makes you sick. Trust me, it does. And they're not around. They're going on with their life because they know you'll always be there. That's the truth. You will always be there. Some moms, some parents say, I just let it go. No, never everything. I'm like, I can't do that. That's not me. But who you are is who you are, and that's okay. But you can't give me that advice and tell me to do that, because it'll never happen. I've intended to be a constant mother, one that is always here, always here, not one that goes away. I am a constant, and that's who I am. That's who I know I am. I know the relationship of the choices I have in my life. I take responsibility for them, and at the end of the day, I have to look at myself, and I have to own up. So no one needs to judge you, because you have, at the end of the day, they have to know that you gotta look at you. But if they bring something up to you, pay attention to it. I'm not saying like totally believe, but I'm saying check it out, because sometimes we don't see these things. And it might just be some lesson you need to learn so you can be a better person. When you're a better person to others, you're a better person to yourself. When you're a better person to yourself, you're a better person to others. We really need to listen to people around us, but it doesn't mean we have to believe it to the point where we're like falling off a cliff. And that's what I'm talking about with the news and media. I'm like, okay, where else are you going to, you turn on your TV, okay, come on. What about this part? Turn on your connection to the real news. Every thought, every feeling, everything that's ever being part of creation exists at a higher level. It's called the unified field, or the universal consciousness. Everything is stored there. So the thoughts we put out there, people will actually attune to your vibration. And if you are thinking these things about yourself, they will believe those things. So if we can think in a way of what we want on this earth plane, if we want unity, and I pray about that. I pray to God that we have unity. I pray to God that we have fairness. Democracy, what is it? Please, can we have a president who believes in democracy, that actually understands it, who understands our voice? I'm not saying that we don't have one now. I'm not saying that we should have another one, because that's my feelings are in me. And I don't want to have any influence over anyone because I want you to find yourself. So this is a week about clearing away all of that stuff. But that doesn't mean clear it away and don't listen to it. I'm saying when I was told that, hey, you are this is what you're doing, blah, 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 I take that serious. Like, okay, I am going to go into a counselor and say, my child said this, I really need to own up to it because they must feel this for a reason. And you're the professional, please tell me. 3 different counselors. I mean, like, because I take it serious. They don't just make things up. But a lot of times, certain conditions are not explained in the way, like, that's a big thing to call someone. And I took it, like, to say narcissist, big thing, okay? That was serious to me. Because I had actually been through counseling for being in a narcissistic relationship, and it took me a long time to get me back. And for me to think if I've done that to anyone, I take responsibility. So that's what I'm asking you, is to check it out, clear it, and most of all, have a conversation with that person. And so that's what I feel is so important, is sit down and talk to people. This is the week to do it. Yeah, we are going to be in Mercury Retrograde soon, but guess what? No, not yet. So, I intend clarity. The thing is, if they really, really mean what they're saying, they will sit and talk to you. Maybe if they don't, it's because they choose to be angry and separated, and they don't want to talk to you about it. Maybe they don't want to hear it. You can't force anything. You have to respect others. Do not force. Do not push. Love, honor, and respect. And know most of all, know who you are. So this is a time of truly getting in touch with yourself. And I'm looking up because God, Creator, made this agreement so that I could come to this place and say I've been on a journey of really releasing things that do not serve my highest good. And these are things like, I say if somebody tells you something, it's some indicator that, hey, you know what, I want to look at that, and maybe there's a little part of something that I'm doing that I should change, and it'll just help my life. So when people are honest with you, like, I'd rather somebody say, you're acting like a real a-hole, than someone just keep it inside and think behind my back. It's okay to be truthful, but don't. If you say something about someone, know what you're saying. Because there are many of us who really care, and it affects us deeply, and you may not think it does. But when we choose to love and honor people in our lives, it does. It does. And that's what it's about. It's about really, really watching those pings you put out. Because karmically, they will come back to you some way. Like, if we could just all not look at them as, oh, they hurt me, and say, you know what, this person said this, I need to look at it and honor the fact that they took the time to say it. And if they're that upset, there's a reason. But don't beat yourself up to the point that I did. I am a person that when somebody says that I love so deeply that I will actually feel their pain and their upset, and then I take it in, and it was becoming my, like, agony. Their agony. It's not mine to hold. And it really didn't do any good. I'm asking you to to love yourself enough to free yourself from the chains of negativity this week. You can do it. And then open up that collective field and just say, I intend. These are the things that I believe. I believe that the leadership, the President of the United States should be. Your opinion counts. If you believe in something, you can stand and protest, or you can put it out into the collective, and more people will hear it because we are all connected. Look up unified field. It has been scientifically proven. Einstein, how did Einstein get his answers? He would close his eyes, and this is the best way to do it. Meditate, pray, and then all of a sudden, he would get information. And that happens to me all the time. Like my mom was in the hospital. Third time, she had 2 kidney operations. She had kidney stones. Closing my eyes, and all of a sudden I'm hearing ureter. Stones in ureter. I'm like, Mom has stones in her ureter. And they're like, well, we just got done operating. She goes and she has more pain. And then the doctor's going to like do an x-ray. I'm like, no, you can't. That's not how you do it. And I go, there are stones in her ureter, and this is what you need to do. And my dad's like, can? But guess what? There were stones in her ureter. If you feel something, say it. Like they probably would have went and done these x-rays, which wouldn't even detect where things were. And guess what? My mom would be sick and in more pain. Share. Know that you and what your thoughts tell you, check them out. You'll get the feeling of the yes or no. I do have a book. It's called Wake Up Your Intuition. And it's a wonderful book to learn, and it has different techniques you can use. Even has like numerology. It has how to read tarot cards. I mean, we're talking about like training, intuition exercises. Plus, it has some bonus things that I was blessed to have people that would actually share their gifts with me so that you can use these different tools. Even something that talks about with Ruthie Pastorito, who is wonderful. I already got my little headset on just so I can make it a little bit clearer for you to hear me. Who even shares deeper things. What she shares is the gift of connecting with your children. And Thomas, who is a psychologist, he's also my co-host on InnerViews. He actually is working for Light the Way now, and he will teach you all about your dragon's head and dragon's tail. And this is just like a wonderful way to expand knowledge about astrology and little and deeper things that really, really, like, and I'm not joking when I say that, really help you to wake up. So depending on, when your birthday is, he can teach you about this, or you can do a reading with him. That's Jayant Thomas, and you can book a reading with him at litetheway.com. There's my little ad there, but no, Jay's great. He helps me so much with things, and I've had all kinds of people asking me about Hannah Marie. That's my daughter. Yes, she is doing readings, so you can book a reading with her at Light the Way. And yes, we do have a reader also, Davin. She's awesome in Hawaii. We have a whole bunch of people, but I have to tell you, I have cleared out Light the Way. So when you go to litetheway.com, litetheway.com, you're gonna see that like there is there are a whole new list of like brand new people, and I personally handpicked everybody. I am very, very picky that we do not duplicate the types of readings people do. So please, if you get a chance, if you go to book a reading with me, check out the other readers too, because we all work together. So one of us will do something, the other one builds on it. It's wonderful. We even have a psychotherapist that works with us, because your spiritual self, your soul is very important. Oh, it's so important. Have you noticed when I mean yes, I'll do that? I just like to see how people like respond to body language. I'm doing that, and I thought I would do it. I did it through the vibe, but I did that just to see how you respond to it. So, let's come back to now. This is the weekly mantra. Close your eyes. Do a quick Om. Bring your hands together, however you want to do this position. I am aware of my place in this universe, and I speak to the collective realm my truth. I am aware of my place in this universe. And then you put your head up, and I speak to the collective realm my truth. I am aware of my place in this universe. And then you open your eyes up, and I speak to the collective realm my truth. And then what I want you to do is add what your truth is. I am worthy. I am loved. I am centered. I am passionate. Whatever it is, put it out there. As it is intended, so it is. Namaste, bless. Thank you. Speak to the collective. Put that energy out there so all of us, which it is a unified field, we're all connected to it, can hear it. And I know I got a lot of energy this week, but that energy has been provided to me through being able to go in and meditate and actually lift my vibration up and stop being so heavy. Trust me though, there are times when I close my eyes on that and I think, why this is happening? And it's like, happy, you can't change certain things. But what you can change is you can shift things on a higher realm. And I thought, oh, do it. Do it. And with that, I want to thank you so much for joining me this week. And I also going to take off my lovely bandana. And I want to share with you that Life Away is so excited to be bringing in a few new readers and also bringing back Hannah Marie. Hannah Rose, a lot of people call her Hannah Rose. Probably because she's my daughter. Hannah Marie is her middle name is Hannah Marie. She is doing tarot card readings over the phone. She also does them in New York City. And so she's on to it. So if you want to connect with her, you can reach out. Go over to litetheway.com, and I talked about Jayant. There's other people that are wonderful. Davin. And we have a special this weekend. And next weekend, you can get $10 off an hour reading. And go over to Kimmie Rose. That's Kimmie Rose with an I-E on Facebook. And please join me for every day, my live sessions teaching you to open up your heart and to open up your intuition. And I'm also sharing a lot of other knowledge It's been wonderful posting all kinds of free openers for you, ways to connect, ways to live happier, ways to get rid of depression. Please join that page. And here on this channel, I'm going to be I started doing some training and with Channeling and Rhino. Rhino is an African gray, and I have a parrot, and I love animals. I do animal readings and healing, and we're starting it out. She just brought home her parrot, and we started a few weeks ago, and we're building trust, and we're moving through the stages, and her bird will even be in flight school in a few weeks. So please, on YouTube, stay tuned and take a look at that. It's really, really neat. It's neat to be part of this, and I am very thankful. And if you have a name for that segment, please let me know. Love to get your opinion. What should we call that segment? And I will also be working with others. If you're interested in me helping me and Blake, that's my parrot, helping you to connect with your bird, send me a message, and we will. And with that, I want to say have a wonderful week. And don't forget to download my app, Kimmie Rose. And peace to you. Peace. Peace.
Without the ends, and every breath of hers was a thorn and desire, and every petal's blush and red. It's on my fingertips, and my electric lights becoming me electric. It's on my